In this scene, there are the following characters. When the scene opens, Lancelot Gobbo, who is servant to Shylock, he is there alone and talking to himself as he is in a conflict. Then old Gobbo with the basket enters there. Old Gobbo, he is the father of Lancelot. After their conversation, enter Bassanio with Leonardo. Bassanio, who is Antonio's friend and suitor to Portia, and Leonardo, he is servant to Bassanio. Then at the end of the scene, Gratiano enters. Gratiano, who is a friend of Antonio and Bassanio. This scene is set in Venice. When the scene opens, enter Lancelot. And he is talking to himself, by which he expresses his desire for leaving the service of Shylock. And Lancelot describes the conflict in his mind between his conscience advising him to be a faithful servant and the devil tempting him to leave the Jews' service and seek one under Bassanio. So, at the end, he said, if I am ruled by conscience, I must stay with Master, the Jew, who is a kind of devil. To run away from the Jew, I must be guided by this devil. Who is devil himself? The Jew is the devil in human form, and my conscience, which is a strict conscience, tells me to stay with the Jew. The devil gives me more friendly advice. I will run away, devil, my legs are at your command. I will run away. The main purpose of this scene is comic relief. The comic situation builds up further when Lancelot's father, the old Gobbo, enters the scene and Lancelot plans to play a practical joke on the poor man. Old Gobbo, young gentleman, can you tell me the way to the house of the old Jew? That is Shylock. Now, why he is asking the way to Shylock's home? Because old Gobbo's son is working over there as a servant, so that is why he is asking. Lancelot, O heavens, he is my father who begot me, since he is more than half blind. So here we come to know that old Gobbo, he is half blind, or we can say almost completely blind, because he can't even recognize his son. So that is why Lancelot says, I will try to confuse him. Gobbo, young man, I request you to tell me the way to the old Jew's house. Again, the old man asked the same question. Then Lancelot says, go to your right at the next turn, but at the next bend, turn to your left. I swear by blessed Mary, I say, at the very next turning, do not turn anywhere, but later turn down toward the Jew's house. By this, Gobbo says, this will be very difficult path to take. Could you tell me whether certain Lancelot who lives with Jew lives with him or not? So he said, as he is blind, that it is very much difficult for me to find the way. Can you please tell me one thing, that whether my son Lancelot is working over there or not? Then Lancelot, as he was his only son, but he is trying to play a practical joke on his father. So he is not revealing his identity. He is not telling him that I am your son. But he said, do you talk about young Master Lancelot? Look at me. I bring tears into his eyes. Now he said to himself, now look at me, now I will bring tears into my father's eyes. Are you talking about that young master, Launcelot? Gobbo says, do not call him master, sir. He is the son of a poor man. His father, although I say it myself, he is an honest man in spite of being poor. Thank God he leads a good life. So here we come to know about the nature of Lancelot's father, that he is very much down to earth personality. Yes, sir, your young friend Lancelot. Then I ask you, therefore, old gentleman, are you referring to young master Lancelot? Gobbo says, yes, to Lancelot, if you please. Lancelot says, therefore, you are referring to Master Lancelot. Do not speak about Master Lancelot, old gentleman, the young man according to his fate or destiny, or such things, or the three sisters of the ancient Greeks, and such other branches of learning is dead, or to say in plain words, has gone to heaven. Now, Lancelot himself is telling about his death to his father to just bring tears in his eyes. Here, Lancelot has used a Greek mythology, that is, the three sisters of fate or destiny, or so called Morai. So, the name of these three sisters are Lachesis, Atropos, and Clotho. So, here these three sisters determine the fate, the destiny of every person. So, first one is, that is Clotho. Clotho weaved the thread of fate, means who spun the thread of life, who gives the life, we can say, that is beginning all life. Next one is, that is Lachesis, who measure the threads, means determine how long a person will live. And third one is, that is Trophus. Trophus, that cuts the thread, means ends the life. So let's come back to the text. So after listening the news of his son's death, old Gobbo says, by the Virgin Mary, may God forbid this to happen. The boy was the support in my old age, my only support. After listening this, Lancelot, he was also emotional, and he says, don't you recognize me, father? Old Gobbo says, alas the day, I don't know you, young man, but please tell me, is my son, may God give him peace, dead or alive? Lancelot says, don't you recognize me, father? Now he is asking his father to recognize him. Now he is trying to convince his father that I am your son. Then Lancelot says, no, indeed, even if your eyesight was good, you might not recognize me, for it is a wise father who recognizes his son. Well, old man, I shall give you news of your son. Give me your blessings. So, truth will reveal itself, and murder can't be hidden for long. A man's son may hide things, but in the end, the truth will be revealed. Then old Gobbo says, please get up. I am sure that you are not my son, Lancelot Gobbo. Then Lancelot again trying to convince, please, father, let us not fool each other anymore. Now give me your blessings. I am Lancelot, who was your boy and is your son and shall always be your child. Then Gobbo, he is saying, I can't think that you are my son. Now, young Gobo is trying to convince his father, but now his father he is not ready to be convinced. Then again Launcelot says, I don't know what to say about that. I am Launcelot, the servant of the Jew. Margery, your wife, is my mother. So at the end, to convince her father, he said the name of her mother. Then old Gobo says, her name is Margery indeed. I can swear now that if you are Launcelot, you are my son. Then old Gobo tries to feel Launcelot's face. May the Lord be praised. What a beard you have! You have more hair on your face. So that is why it was difficult for old Gobo to recognize his son by touching the face just because of the long hair on his face. Then old Gobo says that I have a present for your master. Do you agree to give that present to him? Then he is asking that should I give that very present to your master? Then Launcelot reveals everything. He says that I have decided to run away. I am going to leave the job. My master is a Jew, means Shylock is a Jew in every sense. Give him a present? No, you should give him a rope so that he can hang himself. I always go hungry in his service. So I am glad you have come, father. Give your present to one, my new master, that is Bassanio, who gives his servants brand new uniforms. If I can't serve him, I will run away until I reach the boundaries of God's earth. So it means if I will do any job, then I will do the job under new master Bassanio, otherwise I will run away. Oh, how fortunate! Here comes the same gentleman. Go to him, father, for I will be a Jew if I serve the Jew any longer. So now here there is a clue that Bassanio he is coming over there, and Launcelot is asking his father to go ahead and talk to Bassanio for his service. And he also says that if I will be working under a Jew, then I will also become a Jew. In the second part of the scene, enter Bassanio with Leonardo and other followers. Here, Bassanio is talking to a servant and asking him to prepare supper, that is, evening meal, as fast as possible. And secondly, he is also asking him to take care that the letters should be delivered. And thirdly, he is also saying to place orders for servants' uniforms. As we all know that Bassanio provides good uniforms to his servants. And also telling him to request Gratiano to come immediately to Bassanio's house. On the other hand, Launcelot he is pushing his father towards Bassanio so that he can talk about his service under Bassanio. Here Gobo and Bassanio exchange the greets. Then Gobo is introducing his son by saying, here is my son, sir, a poor boy. Then Launcelot says, not a poor boy, sir, but I am a servant of the rich Jew, that is Shylock. Then Gobo says, he is very keen, sir, to serve, as one might say. Now both father and son Both are interacting with each other, but both are hesitating to explain the main purpose of their talk. So at the end, Bassanio says, "Let one of you speak for both. What do you want?" Because he was not getting them, so that is why Bassanio says that please one of you speak to me, and so that I come to know that what do you want from me. Then Launcelot says, "To serve you, sir." Gobo, that is just of our request. This is the main purpose that we were trying to talk about, sir. So Bassanio says, "I know you well, and I agree to your request. Shylock, your master, spoke to me about you today. He has recommended you to me if it is a promotion to leave the service of a rich Jew to serve a poor man like me." Now, here again, Bassanio is telling about the poor financial condition. He is saying that if you are thinking that it is a promotion for you to leave a rich master and to join a poor master like me, then okay, fine, I am agree, I have no problem. Then Launcelot, he tries to impress the new master, that is Bassanio. "The old proverb is applicable equally to you and my master, Shylock. It is in that sense that you have God's blessings." Now he is impressing by saying that, "My lord Bassanio, you have God's blessings. And Shylock, he has enough wealth." So here what we learn, that a materialistic world that is inferior to the blessings of God. Money or wealth can't surpass the blessings of God. "Now, Bassanio, you speak well. Go farther with your son. Take leave of your old master, and then find out the way to my house." So, here Bassanio is asking to his servant to provide him a uniform with more decoration than that of other servants, and saying him that make sure this is done. So here we come to know that in this very scene, act number 2, scene 2, Launcelot, he left the job from his old master, that is Shylock, and he is ready to join the new job under Bassanio, that is a Christian. So after the approval of Bassanio for Launcelot's job, Launcelot was very much overconfident and happy. Then he was saying his father, "Come along. You said that I could not get a job. You said that I could not speak for myself. Well, no man in the whole of Italy has a more fortune table, that is palm, which he places on the Bible when he is taking an oath, than myself." Now he is feeling that he is the most luckiest person of the world, and by showing his hand, palm especially, he was showing, "Here is my line of life. Here is a small unimportant line which refers to marriage. And I shall marry 15 wives. These are not too many, 11 widows and 9 virgins, a record for one man." So he is very much overconfident about his future fortune. And he is saying that these are the simple things. If I will face any kind of danger in my life, then I can easily escape. "Well, if fortune is a woman, she is good at this kind of fortune telling. Come, father, I shall take my leave from the Jew in a short while. So he is ready to depart and to take leave from his old master, that is Shylock. And then both of them they leave the scene, and then Bassanio is there again. Bassanio is talking to his servant, that is Leonardo, and he is saying to Leonardo that I request you that you think about this. When you have brought those things and packed them up properly, come back quickly, because today I am giving a dinner tonight to my friends, so please hurry up. And Leonardo, he's saying, I shall do my best in the matter. So this is end of part number 2 of scene 2. As Launcelot and his father leave, Gratiano enters and he is saying, where is your master? Asking to Leonardo. He is walking over there, sir. Signor. Here it is an Italian courtesy title, means a type of adult man. They exchange greetings. I have a favor to ask from you. Gratiano is asking to Bassanio. It is already granted. Gratiano, you must not refuse me. I want to come with you to Belmont. So here in this scene, we have another information that Gratiano, he is requesting Bassanio to take him to Belmont when he will go to woo Portia. So Bassanio agrees on the condition that Gratiano will behave like a gentleman and will keep his tongue and wild spirits under control. As we all know that Gratiano is very much talkative. So what Gratiano say? He says, Lord Bassanio, hear me. If I do not behave modestly, talk with politeness, swear really, carry a prayer book in my pocket, and I will look modest in my outlook. Do not trust me again. I shall go further. While the prayer before a meal is said, I will close my eyes by placing my hat before them and say Amen in front of the people. I will use all the manners of a civilized society, observing all manners like the one who has learnt to put an appearance to please his grandmother. If I do not follow these things, do not trust me again. Well, Bassanio says, we shall watch your favor. Gratiano, no, but I should be excused tonight. You must not judge me by what we do tonight. So he is saying that tonight I will behave in the same manner as I behave. So tonight you are not going to judge my behavior. Afterwards, after this night, I will behave like a civilized person. No, it would be a pity to do that. I request you to be in your happiest mood, for we have friends to entertain. Bassanio is saying, okay, fine. No, I am not asking you to become so sincere tonight, because today I have so many friends. So you have to entertain my friends. So Bassanio agrees to his proposal. So now here it is clear that now not only Bassanio but also Gratiano is going to Belmont. So this is all about your act number 2 and scene number 2. So after reading this scene, we also come to know about some Elizabethan traditions in which servants imitate their masters. If the master was good, the servant developed into a good human being, and if the master was evil, the servant developed in an evil human being. So that is with the relation between Lancelot and Shylock. That is why he was saying that if I will work under Shylock, then I will also become a Jew, that is a kind of devil. Finally, the importance of good social manners that make a favorable impression in Belmont. So that is why Bassanio, he was not willing to take Gratiano because he was afraid of his behavior. So that is why he was not willing to take him, because he don't want any kind of hurdle in the relationship of Portia and Bassanio.